We can just look at this chart itself. I think it speaks for itself that we've seen a downturn in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, but this is not just to the majors, and it's happening really across all the crypto space to get all together. But it's not just crypto, right? We mentioned macro at the beginning, and macro is really the driving factor between what's bringing the market down, I would say. Equities, they were in need also for a cool down, I would say. If you look at the S&P, it hadn't had a 10% drawdown or more since 3 years ago, I think in 2022. So market was a bit overheated, and now it seems that we've faced the short-term pain and hopefully are in a position where we can have some more long-term gain, which I think is a great segue to where are we in the cycle and where we could go from here. The recent downturn may have caught people a bit off guard, or they may have been worried that we're not headed towards the bull run that we promised. And I would just try to take a look at this chart that if we neglect the very first cycle it had and just focus on the most recent cycles, the coin is very much still on track to continue its cyclical performance, which should work as a little bit of a bit of an aid to those who were potentially thinking that we're off track here. With that in mind, I think, Kareem, you also wanted to quickly take a look at the broader market and where we stand as well.
Yeah. So what we are looking at here is the total crypto market cap, excluding the top 10 crypto assets and stablecoins. This shows that for the first time this cycle, there is really quite a wide gap between Bitcoin and the rest of the market. Because as you can see, currently we're at the same levels as the breadth of the summer of last year. And it is also how the whole Bitcoin ETF rally started. Like right now, we're at the same valuation at that time. And you can even compare it to the summer of 2021 when the China ban happened. So why are we talking about this? It shows you that, yeah, there is really a disconnect. Bitcoin has proven its product market fit, and it is able to not just product market fit, but its institutionalization, emboldened by the fact that you have ETFs, you have companies buying through hedge funds, TradFi generally speaking, investing into Bitcoin via ETFs and creating some sort of sustained level of demand that altcoins are not enjoying at the moment. However, of course, this all can change with the barrage of coin ETFs that have been filed in the US, which might lead to an altcoin, and broader excitement around the altcoin segment and all the assets beyond just the typical suspects that we mostly talk about all the time. So yeah, that's just where we are. I think, maybe just one last point. We're right now at 244 billion. So it shows we have a little bit of breathing space before we reach the next resistance stage. So yeah, if we don't have any more surprising macro news for the next few days, I think the market should be looking good. Yeah, just at least until the next round of either regulatory developments or macro, or even the next April 2nd, which is when some of Trump tariffs should go into effect. I think this should give us more clarity about where we're going to be heading next.